Shoryuken is a term deeply embedded in gaming culture, simultaneously representing a long, rich history of fighting games dating back to the late 1980s, and symbolizing a community of gamers that are intensely passionate and devoted to their genre. Capcom first coined the term in 1987's Fighting Street, also known as the original Street Fighter, when it served as the name of a special move for one of gaming's most iconic figures, Ryu. Little did Capcom know that the term would eventually lead to the creation of one of gaming's most well-known myths, which has also served as a long-running gag for the fighting game community. In March of 1991, Capcom released Street Fighter II in arcades, setting off a fight game boom that lasted nearly a decade. One of its oddball features was a post-match quotation from the winner, many of which have gone to spawn on a number of popular internet memes. However, it was a victory quote from Ryu that stirred the most interest. Occasionally, Ryu would tell his defeated challengers, "You must defeat Sheng Long to stand a chance." Confused players believed this to be a hint about a possible hidden character, and during this time period, arcade fighters were notorious for hidden secrets. Electronic Gaming Monthly ran an article in its April 1992 issue with some purported insight into the mystery. A reader wrote to the letter section claiming to have found a way to encounter the mysterious figure Sheng Long in Street Fighter II. The reader, going by the pseudonym W.A. Stokens, stated that Sheng Long appeared if certain conditions were met in a single-player arcade run. Players have to select Ryu and then win every single match without losing any health, regardless of whether it was a clean hit or chip damage. Whether you reach the final showdown with M. Bison, you have to earn a draw in 10 consecutive rounds without losing any health or dealing any damage. If you managed to achieve this feat, Sheng Long would jump in during the 11th round and toss M. Bison off the screen. The game would then freeze its timer and put you in a winner-takes-all fight with the enigmatic Sheng Long. Countless quarters must have been wasted in an effort to reach Sheng Long, and despite our best attempts, it simply wasn't humanly possible to meet the conditions set forth. We then resorted to other means, including the use of cheats and relying on emulators to recreate the conditions in a tool-assisted playthrough. In the end, though, only M. Bison appeared before us each round, and Sheng Long was nowhere to be found. One of the early indicators that this myth was shenanigans was that the supposed method to unlocking Sheng Long came in the April issue of EGM, the April Fool's Edition. Additionally, the reader credited with sending in the tip was called W.A. Stokens, a phonetic recreation of Waste Tokens, with the hometown of Fold Again H.A. or Fool Again Ha. Shortly after the publication in EGM, the Super Nintendo version of Street Fighter II was released, and Ryu's quotation was modified to say, "You must defeat my Dragon Punch to stand a chance." What was going on? It turns out that the term Sheng Long is a Chinese mistransliteration for Shoryu, which is part of the full name of Ryu's trademark move, Shoryuken. For some reason, the English localization of Street Fighter II in US arcades altered the Japanese phrase, "If you cannot overcome the Rising Dragon Punch, you cannot win." As a result, the original English phrase contained the term Sheng Long when it should have said Dragon Punch. However, the original instruction manual for the Super Nintendo version of Street Fighter II in the US still referred to the mysterious Sheng Long. This time he was referred to as Master Sheng Long, Ken and Ryu Sensei. Eventually the mistake was caught and corrected in later versions to remove any mention of Sheng Long and refer to Ken and Ryu as disciples of Shotokan Karate. In 1994's video game version of Street Fighter the movie, the endings for Ken, Ryu, and Akuma mention Sheng Long as a master. EGM would once again poke fun in their April 1997 issue, claiming Sheng Long was in Street Fighter III, but stopping short of revealing just how to unlock him. However, the story of Sheng Long didn't end there. In Super Street Fighter II Turbo, reaching the fight with M. Bison without using any continues, and doing so in either under 25 minutes or achieving the highest score, a character known as Akuma would appear and obliterate Bison in a fashion similar to EGM's Sheng Long myth. Capcom would later incorporate the two elements in 2008's Super Street Fighter II Turbo HD Remix, where you could earn an achievement or trophy for defeating Akuma labeled Sheng Long is in another castle. Sheng Long also shares history with another Street Fighter character. In Masayomi Kanzaki's 1993 manga adaptation of Street Fighter II, a character named Goken was introduced as Ryu and Ken Sensei, loosely based on the myth of Sheng Long. A few years later in the Alpha series, Ken and Ryu's master was brought up again, this time referred to as Goken, and making his first visual appearance as a cameo in Akuma's ending in Street Fighter Alpha Warrior's Dreams. Then, in 2008, Street Fighter IV producer Yoshinori Ono made a cryptic remark in an issue of EGM, stating, "Let's just say that jokes that your magazine have reported in the past might find their way into the game as fan service." On April 1st, the Japanese development blog for the game announced Sheng Long as a new character complete with a silhouette, and a way to unlock him in the upcoming game. However, Capcom quickly revealed that it was merely a joke. Later that year, Capcom revealed that the new character teased as Sheng Long was actually Gouken.
Cannot stop me!
Though Sheng Long isn't unlockable in Street Fighter II, the myth seems to have served as one of the inspirations for the creation of two new characters in the series, Akuma and Gouken.
Game